Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on Cobots Powered by AI. On behalf of TechCon Group and Universal Robots, thank you for joining us for this unique session. I'm Attila Bak, the Head of Marketing at TechCon Group, and I will be your moderator during this event. Together with our speakers for today, we will explore how AI-enabled collaborative robots are delivering measurable value in real production environments. We discuss how the combination of Universal Robots' collaborative technology and TechCon's regional engineering expertise supports manufacturers in building smarter, more efficient operations. We will look at relevant regional use cases, introduce the AI Accelerator and the AI platform, and explore the tools and frameworks that enable AI-powered integrations for cobots. It is my pleasure to welcome our speakers, András Kövesi, Head of Robotics at TechCon Group, and Wojciech Goral, Application Engineer and AI Expert from Universal Robots. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us in advance. In this 45 minutes, many questions may come to your mind. We want to answer them all. Therefore, I invite you to write your questions straight away in the chat panel. At the end of the session, our presenters will answer them in the Q&A session. Before we start, though, we would like to get to know you a little better so our speakers can address their messages more accurately to you. So let us start a poll so you can introduce yourself a bit. Just in a moment. To start the poll for you. We have 5 questions prepared for you so we can prepare ourselves much better. We already have the few first responses coming through. We can welcome many members from the automotive industry, from power electronics, distribution and food industry, mainly end users, with already quite a few robots in their production. And for many of you, what you will hear in this session will be new information for you as you are in the learning curve with AI. And we're really happy to have you here and to share our knowledge. So after knowing you a little bit better, let us share the information from ourselves and let me continue with an introduction video of the partnership of TechCon and Universal Robot. And I wish you an enjoyable time in our presentations.
Hello, I'm Yoav Katznelson, the CEO of TechCon Group.
Hi, I'm András Kövesi, Head of Robotics in TechCon Group.
With over 30 years of experience, TechCon has become one of the significant suppliers in the industrial automation market. With over 150,000 premium products and a team of over 150 specialist engineers, we support thousands of customers in different types of industries such as automotive, food, pharma, and much more.
It is in our DNA to continuously track the trends of the industry and deliver innovative production solutions to our customers. Industrial robots has been creating significant added value in the industry in the last decades, and in the recent years we've seen the same trends with the collaborative robotics. Collaborative robots has been designed and manufactured to work alongside human operators by taking over the repetitive and ergonomically challenging tasks. Collaborative robots not only provide higher quality and increased productivity, but also increasing the quality of the working environment at our customers' sites.
In recent years, we have become one of the most significant distributors of universal robots in the Central and East Europe market. As a strategic decision, it is an engine growth for us, and mostly to support our customers, we decided to collaborate with the top brands like Universal Robot and Mir.
Our team possesses superior technical knowledge and experience in delivering collaborative robots and applications to the industry. Our companies are equipped with cutting-edge technology workshops and high-level laboratories to design, manufacture and deploy the best collaborative applications to our customers. Our application engineers are trained and dedicated to find the right solution for any collaborative application demands from any kind of industry.
But we don't stop at robots. So whether you are an end user or an integrator, we deliver a full package of automation for you.
We encourage you to put your trust in TechOn, and we will relieve your potential in collaborative robotics.
Okay. So, welcome everybody. Just briefly, let me introduce myself on live also. I'm András Kövesi, and as you see on the right picture, I'm working for TechOn and I'm dealing with cobots. I'm the head of robotics in the group, covering 5 countries with these activities from Poland down to Serbia and Romania. Previously, I've been the managing director of TechOn Hungary for 10 years. We have started to dive into robotics in the TechOn group from Hungary. This is the professional part of my life. The left side picture is just as important. This is my private life. You see here my family with my lovely wife and our 4 children. So this is about me briefly, and let's go into the presentation itself. I would like to summarize the topics I will speak about here right now. I'm not going to go into a very technical discussion about AI usage in robotics. I leave this field for my colleague Wojciech, who is much more experienced in this. I would like to give some insights and key factors for industrial decision makers about investing to cobotics, like an executive briefing. I will also share some use cases, and this one will lead you into the AI field. You will see it at the end. This is all for me, and now I will start. Thank you. First, I have to start with the promotional part. It's a must we are doing, but I promise you this will be all the rest will be useful information. We have joined forces with Universal Robots 6 years ago, and we are creating a unique cooperation in the Central Eastern European region that nobody else is offering for the industrial market. UR is the undisputed market leader of collaborative robotics. With more than 120,000 cobots installed, they have the most use cases in the know-how pool. Universal has a very strong tech support all over the world and the widest range of plug-and-play peripherals. While we TechOn, we cover the CE region from the Baltic to the Black Sea with more than 35 years automation experience, a full automation portfolio, everything that you need for and around the cobot. You will have it from one hand from us. And also we are in partnership in these countries with more than 50 system integrators for specifically challenging and complex tests. Why it's not okay? It's changing now. Okay, I don't want to introduce you the collaborative robots because they exist since 2008 and they are widely known in the industry. But still, during our experience with our partners and customers, we face a lot of white spots and misunderstanding about the collaborative robots. The first thing which is reflecting to us very often that how come that the cobots are not cheaper than the industrial robots? Because they are smaller and slower, so they are like appear like a small cheap industrial robot. But this is not the case. Cobots are also industrial robots, but built with a lot more complex internal structure to enable collaborativity to work alongside human beings. As you see, a collaborative robot has a light alloy aluminum body. It has got torque controlled harmonic drives in the joints. it has embedded safety and control drivers in the software of the cobot. It has a lot of plug-and-play peripheral drivers also embedded in the cobot driver. All these are not default characteristics of a traditional industrial robot. Therefore, these functions have a certain consequence on the cost in the collaborative robots, and this creates the fact that the collaborative robot's price is similar to an industrial robot price. By the way, both are around the price of a medium-sized family car, like you see on the picture. So then comes the question: if they are not cheaper, then why to apply collaborative robots? If we stay at the purely financial point of view, you have to know that the total cost of ownership of a full robotic cell is much lower than a traditional industrial robotic cell. Approximately, the difference is 40% in advance of the collaborative robotic cells in cost because of several factors. First one, the less complex construction and structure. The already existing and built-in control, safety, and driver functions in the software of the robot. The very easy and quick installation of plug-and-play peripherals. The lower, approximately 40% lower space requirement due to the more compact construction, and also due to the less safety space requirement. And at last but not least, because the installation due to all this is approximately 2 times faster than the robotic cell. So all this provides a high cost advantage to the collaborative robotic cells. Then, is it only about the investment cost? Of course not. When a production plant is intending to invest into automation, there are a lot of other factors to be considered. I highly recommend to you and your teams to put these 5 questions for yourself and examine them carefully before deciding for which kind of robot to install to your shop floor. The first one: what is the mix of your production? If you have a lot of frequent changeovers with high mix, medium to low volumes, then it calls to collaborative robotics, because the changeover times due to the flexibility and the plug-and-play functions are much faster. Even you can change the location of the cobot much easier than an industrial robotic cell. Of course, if you have high volumes, low mix, then it calls for industrial robots. Also very important to know if you have in-house robot programming skills or not, because industrial robots do require high-level in-house programming skills to run smoothly, while collaborative robots are a lot more autonomous and basic programming skills can be learned much faster. The second one is, of course, the throughput, what the target per minute is. The speed, the primary bottleneck. Here comes the next point, that collaborative robots are usually useful when during a retrofit automation of a production line, you replace an existing human-operated workstation to an automated one, and on the speed and throughput, these cobots can work safely. If you go for higher cycle times, like below 5-6 seconds per cycle, you must go for the industrial robots. What is the weight and the size of the part, and what is the working area? Industrial robots usually can lift from 10 kilo up to tons. You can see in the automotive factory they are moving cars, and they can reach out up to a 4-meter perimeter. In the collaborative robots usually have the weight range from 3 kilo to 35 kilos, depending on the type, and the maximum arm reach is 1.8 to 2 meter for a collaborative robot. Fourth one: how often human colleagues or operators are in interaction with the designed robotic cell. If it's happening frequently, then it yet again one argumentation for a collaborative robotic cell. If it's a well-isolated part and you can do it, then industrial is also okay. Yet again, here comes the floor space question, because as mentioned, collaborative robotic cells usually require 40% less space from your shop floor than the industrial robots. And at last but not least, what we have discussed already, the budget for the complete working cell. This one I don't want to repeat. We have discussed this on the previous slide. Okay, let's say that in this aspect you have decided to invest into collaborative robotics and build cobotic applications. Here are a few rules of thumb which will help you to find the right task for a collaborative robotic application. The first one, and I think this is quite understandable, that the collaborative robots can perform more or less the same simple tasks done by human operators. By speed and weight, they are more or less on the same ability like a human operator. They are a bit faster because the tool center point speed of a cobot can be up to 4 meters per secondum, and they can lift even 30, 35 kilos. And of course, they don't get tired. They work 24/7, 365 days per year. But as a general approach, you can say that what can be done by a human operator, a cobot can do it. The next one is a very important point. Always look for the 3D test. 3D is not a 3D dimension, it's the synonym of dumb, dirty, and dangerous tasks carried out by human operators. If you relieve your skilled workforce from the unhealthy, unergonomic boring task, you can use their high skills for more complex tasks, improving your production efficiency. The third point is also very important. We face quite often the request to automate the most complex and most difficult non-automated bottleneck of the production. And this is tricky. Usually there is a reason why a certain task is not automated. So I always advise to the automation teams and decision makers to go for low-hanging fruits first, automate those tasks which can be easily automized, and then all the skilled labor you can liberate from these functions, you can dedicate to work on the bottleneck, non-automated bottleneck stations of the production, which will yet again help you to overcome this bottleneck. And the fourth point is, I think, yet again very important, that before you decide to go into such investment, call in cobotic experts for live work. Live work is a simple examination of the whole production line to identify tasks for collaborative applications. These live works are usually free of charge, at least at TechCon, it is totally free of charge. We do it to find, together with our partners and customers, the right tasks for collaborative automation. I know that you know your production line the best, you live in on it, you are following it totally, but trust me, sometimes an external view or helicopter view from experts who are visiting lots of production sites all across Europe can add very helpful aspects and criteria to your well-founded decisions about automation. And though at the end, I would like to show some non-typical use cases, all from our reference list or with this performed by us and our integrator partners sometimes, which can give you some nice aspects of possible collaborative automation options from a non-standard point of view. The first one, I start the video now. Okay, so the first one is a machine tending task. And you can ask, okay, what is especially machine tending? Not specifically the machine tending, but as you see, the workpiece and also the machines, that these workpieces are bottles, and they are being tempo printed. This application is at the company who's producing gifts and promotion materials for enterprises. And this collaborative robot is tending to CNC-driven tempo printing machines. This is a special success case for us because by implementing the robot, the throughput has increased by 40% in the production line. And after installing the first cobot last autumn, another 3 is just being installed right now, and the next 3 is going to be released in the beginning of Q2. The second application is Second application is a powder coating application. Yet again, automatic or robotic powder coating lines exist for decades now. What is special here that together with Gamma, the powder coating systems producer, we have developed a collaborative robotic station to do the job on the manual stations. That means that this application is specially designed for high mix, low to medium batches from 100 to 5,000 pieces in one go. And with the very easy programming of the collaborative robot and the plug and play Gamma powder coating pistol, the reprogramming of the cobot for a new workpiece to be painted is in between 10 to 30 minutes. So it enables an enormously quick changeover time. And yet again, powder coating is an unhealthy, unergonomic task, which it's difficult to find a good human operators to do it. And this gives a very good solution to relieve them from these unhealthy and boring tasks. And at last but not least, okay, at last but not least, this is a screw diving application, yet again, not so special. What is happening here? A collaborative robot is screwing the back panel of the LCD TVs on the frame. What is special here? That as you see, the conveyor line is moving; it's not stopping during the screw driving operation, and also the TVs or LCD panels on the conveyor line are not positioned, so they can be inclined compared to each other, or they can follow each other in a uneven distance. So we need to implement machine vision to identify the nuts to screw and perform the job and do it on the go as the conveyor line is moving. We have been carrying out with a very experienced integrator partner, even though, because we were doing at that time without using AI-based vision, it has took us pretty long time, a lot of energy to ramp up the efficiency of the station to work really properly. It was like approximately 6.5 months to really get to the results and the expected first year pass that was intended at the scope. And this is definitely a very good point for AI-based applications, like for example AI-based screw driving, because the AI learns much faster than traditional programming of machine vision, and the ramp up is much faster. Also, because AI improves its efficiency continuously, the final quality, or let's say first year pass ratio of the application will be better than traditional ones. So this is typically a good application for AI in the industry. About this, Wojciech will tell you a lot more as an expert of the topic. I will hand over the screen to him now. Questions and answers we will together answer at the end of the webinar after Wojciech's part. Thank you for your attention, and I will say goodbye for a short while now. I'll be back later on. Thank you.
Thank you, András.
Yeah, thank you, András. Yeah, I'll just share my presentation. Yeah, okay, we got it. So I know that we are a little bit run of time, so I will try to be as quick as possible to give you a brief example and a briefly description and how we as Teradyne Robotics and in fact Universal Robots, what is our approach to the AI. So as we already know, the artificial intelligence is no longer just a buzzword, but it's beginning of something which is have a real impact on how we design and how we use industrial robots in automation. In my presentation, I will try to focus on Universal Robots' approach to the AI topics, not as a research experiment, but as a practical tool for supporting modern automation. As we already know, thank you, Attila. I'm Wojciech Góral. I am application engineer in Universal Robots. My total experience is about 5 years, and also right now I am the AI champion in Universal Robots. So One more time, thank you for invitation, Attila. And on the screen right now, you will see my QR code for my LinkedIn. So if you would like to be in touch with me, just scan it. It will be available also on the end of the presentation. But to move forward, this slide highlights how AI is such a game changer for robotics today. Traditionally, robots relied on the classic AI models like vision or control algorithms. They work well, but they are task-specific and rigid. Every change in the product or environment means reprogramming, fine-tuning, and downtime, of course. With AI foundation models, we move to completely different level. These models are pre-trained, are flexible, and can be reused across many applications with minimal effort for our customers. This means faster deployments, easier adaptation, and lower engineering costs. AI becomes a powerful building block that enchains robots programming instead of complicating it. So looking ahead, like if we have on stage 3 on the slides, physical AI promises full AI-driven robot control with outstanding robustness. While much of this is still emerging, the direction is clear, and that's why AI is a key focus area for us, for Teradyne Robotics. We invest in AI because it's fundamentally changed how quickly robots can be deployed, what tasks they can handle, and how scalable automation becomes. So AI allows our customers to automate more applications faster and with far less complexity, let's say. And I will try to focus on how we lowering the entry level of programming robots using AI applications. So we introduce something which is called the UR AI Accelerator, and this slide shows how we turn advanced AI into something practical and usable through the UR AI Accelerator. So at the core is the connection between NVIDIA's AI ecosystem and Universal Robot software. So NVIDIA provides a powerful and proven AI libraries, which probably already all of us know, because NVIDIA is one of the top company in the AI industry right now. So these libraries, for example, for perception, manipulation, simulation, and whatever, while Universal Robots makes them accessible and deployable in real industrial applications without creating everything from scratch. So with solutions like NVIDIA, for example, Isaac Manipulator, customers can leverage advanced AI for tasks such as bin picking, object recognition, and complex manipulation without starting from scratch. And these libraries are designed to work seamlessly with robot data and with real work physics. So NVIDIA Omniverse Cloud adds another key. It allows simulation, validation, and optimization in a digital environment before deploying the real robot on the field, right? So this significantly reduce risks, engineering efforts, and time of deployment, as we told before. So the real value comes from the integration, because NVIDIA delivers the AI capabilities for our robots. The UR delivers the industrial usability together, and this enables faster deployment, easier scaling, and more robust AI-based automation. Because with our collaboration with NVIDIA, we already built, and I like to say, to call it the bridge between advanced and complex AI libraries from NVIDIA and the UR robots. So we would like to provide to the customers, to the end users, and for our partners, ready-made solution or ready-made tools for using AI without building everything from the scratch, like building communication, building something which takes a lot of time and which needs to be a high-level developer for creating this low-layer environment. So to moving forward, this slide will be about the shift from just AI demos, which is already written, to an AI platform that scales. And this AI platform is the main topic on this presentation from my side. So with Polyscope X as the foundation of the AI Accelerator, we are building a platform that is developer ready by design. For developers and third-party companies, the key value is the structure, because we have ready environment, reusable resources, and pre-built integration paths. They don't have to solve the hard plumbing every time. The platform already provides the communication layer between advanced NVIDIA class algorithms, all the libraries, and UR robots. So partners can focus just on creating real application and solution. And this is how we enable AI ecosystem, where solution like visual inspection, for example, and vision-guided robotics can be developed without, once again, creating everything from the scratch. So packaged and deployed much faster, and the biggest benefit is for the end customer, because an AI application can run directly within the PolisCopex. So operators can use AI on UR robots without being developers. It becomes an application experience, not an R&D project or something like that. And for those of you who are already familiar with our robots, this slide will tell you a little bit more. So how AI is easy to use as universal robots themselves. So one of the biggest barriers of, let's say, adopting AI in automation today is complexity, because you need to be AI expert, data scientist, and let's say custom development engineer. With the UR AI platform, we are changing that. So our goal is very clear. AI application should be simple as use as programming a UR robot. So as I told before, if you're already familiar with our robots, you already know that programming and using external softwares like URCAPs are pretty simple to use. So we try to build the same for AI platforms. So the platform will be designed so that the complexity of AI is handled upfront by developers and partners on the previous layer, and exposed to the end user through a clean and graphical user interface, as you already know from the UR perspective. So instead of writing code or understanding AI models, users interact with ready-to-use AI application directly from PolisCopex. So configuration happens through familiar screens, buttons, parameters, and it's just more like parameterization instead of clear programming, right? So this move, let's say, dramatically lowers the level of knowledge required to develop and deploy AI-based solutions. Customers don't need to be AI developers anymore to benefit from AI in short time. So to assume everything, the UR AI platform brings AI to the shop floor in the same way UR robots brought robotics to the shop floor. Simple, accessible, and ready for real production without being a high-level developer of using the AI capabilities. So let me end up my presentation with the first slide once again, and let you understand this quite better right now, because we already know how AI platform will be built in UR ecosystem. So today we showed how AI is becoming a practical and scalable part of robotics. We started with the evolution of AI in robotics, moved through the integration of NVIDIA technologies with universal robots, and showed how PolisCopex and the UR AI Accelerator came together to create a platform that is ready for developers, partners, and most importantly, easy to use for end customers. So our key message in this subject will be simple. AI should not be complex or reserved for experts, like for high-level developers. Just like universal robots made robotics accessible, our AI platform is designed to make AI application easy to deploy, operate, and scale. So we will try to prepare everything for you with our third-party companies, and then you as an end customer, if you would like to create application, for example, for AI-based bean picking, you will just use the screens and just use the buttons, which will be directly on our screen, on our pitch pendant, and everything will be done on the background, made as a ready prepared solution. So, yeah, thank you very much for spending your time with us, with me today, for joining this webinar. We're happy to continue the conversation, so please feel free to ask questions, reach out to us, to Attila, to Andras, or to me directly. There is once again the QR code, which will forward you to my LinkedIn profile. Questions, use case, or deep dives, we can talk. I am also a little geek, So if you would like to go a little deeper, then just invite me for a call and we can talk about the real use cases and how we can enable AI application in your facility. So, and finally, at the end, the last words, stay tuned, because this is just the beginning and there is much more coming in the Universal Robots journey in the AI application platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wojciech. Thank you very much, Andras. Now it's basically time for the audience to write their questions and ask things from our speakers. Maybe I will start with a question towards Andras, just to highlight one thing which was not mentioned in the presentation. So what is the complete package which TechOn can offer in a robotic project? Because TechOn is a distributor of many different peripherals and so on. So maybe you can touch this topic.
Yeah, literally the answer is very simple. Everything more or less. If you take a cobotic application, we can provide the 7th axis, the robotic cell frame and fencing. We can provide conveyor systems. We can provide lift and actuator systems. Of course, the gripping, which is, I think, the most important part. We are working with tie-up vacuum automation for more than 30 years now, and we are really champions of gripping and handling, which is always the most critical part of any automation task. So literally, we have everything around the robot from one hand that you need to build a robotic cell, a cobotic cell.
Okay, super. Then I would have a question to Wojciech. So if you were to pick like one single application for AI where it brings the most value, or is the preferred one from your side, which one would that be?
Thanks for that question. It's really interesting because we can see a lot of AI-based application right now, especially on LinkedIn and on all of the like marketing stuff. So for me personally, it's a bin picking application, because if we have bin picking application, we have to use AI, because it's impossible to do a good bin picking application based. Maybe not impossible, maybe it's too hard. But if we have complex bin picking, then we will need AI to recognize the proper picking position and proper catching position from the bin, the elements, especially if we have a lot of types of products in the same bin. So we have to use AI to recognition and to approach the 6-dimensional pose. And then if we are developers, this application will take a lot of time to develop this solution. And for example, if I will refer to my presentation, you will have this option built in, for example, in the UR. So you will just follow the instructions, follow the steps from the manual, and then everything will work like you will be high complex build solution on based on AI. So for me personally, the most benefit application is AI-based bin picking right now.
And is this the application where you think AI will bring also the biggest potential? Like bin picking, we understand it's always like a challenge, but what is even more challenging in this topic? Do you see any other application?
So let's say every application, which maybe I will start with the sentence that I like to set, that we are in automation for a lot of years right now. And maybe from some part of the sentence is true that we already fulfilled the easy applications because we already automatized these applications. So all of the complex automation, which was impossible to automatize in the past, now using AI becomes ready to automatize. So if we, for example, working with customers and working with factory, and it can be each of your factory dear attendants on this webinar. If you already automatize your facility and it's, for example, 80% of robots over here and it's fully automatized, I bet that there is still some application which is more complex than ever before, but it can be automatized right now using AI, because it won't be let's say impossible to automatize because of some circumstances, right? So maybe not real specific application. I don't have any specific in my mind right now. Maybe some painting application or assembling, because assembling is also a real good application for AI, because we need to be super precise and we need to recognize, and we have to, let's say, feel the environment like a human hands can feel the environment during assembling. So right now, these applications can be ready for automation.
Mm-hmm. It basically it's the explanation of what András was saying in the beginning of the presentation, that we should aim for the lowest hanging fruits when trying to improve the automation of our factory, and then reach out to more complex topics. But my last question to you, Wojciech, is that what happens if I bought a robot like 5 years ago, and now I want to enable them with AI? What is the step-by-step guide to do that?
So I don't want to go as much deep as I can, but to be honest, it will be AI enabled. I mean, what we try to prepare is prepare for every of our robot. So of course, it depends how complex the AI application can be, and it's depend of if you would have to add an external hardware, for example, external PC for making calculation, because some of the AI-based application and some of the libraries from NVIDIA can be power consuming for the controller, for the control box. Of course, you would like to add some kind of cameras or something, and it's up to you how expensive camera you will use in your application or something like that. So it will be fulfilled every of our robot. It will not look like if you have already robots on your facility, you will have to replace it but by a new fleet to start using AI. No, it will not work that way. Every our robot will be AI ready, let's say, to use.
Okay, thank you. My last question, because then we will run out of time, is towards András, is that maybe he can wrap up the added value what TechOn can bring to end users and system integrators when they are thinking of a robotic project. Why to choose TechOn? Why to collaborate with us with collaborative robots?
Yeah. I think I have three argumentations basically. The first one is that TechOn has been always known and is known about technical professionality, about the products distributed and integrated. So we know the stuff we are doing very well. The second thing is that we have a regional presence, and even for companies who are not regional but standalone ones in certain countries, we are able to move such a knowledge base and information base that nobody else is able to provide at the moment in this scene. And the third one, as already mentioned, that we don't only have the robot, but we are able to provide the full portfolio to build any robotic applications, or more or less any robotic applications. And this is creating a very strong offering regarding quality and price ratio.
Super, thank you very much. So we run out of time. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, András, and thank you, Wojciech, for sharing your insights. It was really enjoyable and really interesting session. So if you want to learn more, then feel free to reach out to our colleagues and book a consultation with András and Wojciech on these topics. And yeah, I wish you an enjoyable time of your week, and see you next time. Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye-bye.